Hey guys, today we're going to do a grunge effect in Photoshop. So you can see I've started with a basic image and I'm going to Command J my layer, which will make a duplicate layer. The first thing that I'm going to do with my duplicate layer is actually Command I or invert my entire layer. Now that looks very strange, but it's inverting all of the colors in the picture. Then I'm going to change my blending mode to vivid light, and you can see a very grayed out effect with some other colors kind of peeking through. Then I am going to control click and convert to smart object, and I always do that with my photos if I'm going to put a filter on my layer, because it allows you to adjust the filter very specifically instead of just having a whole filter sit on top of your photo. Then I'm going to go to filter, blur, surface blur, and then I'm going to get my radius. Right now I have it at 34 and 35, and that for me worked well. It depends on the photo, but you can see it changing if you have your preview on. If you have your preview off, you won't see anything. So make sure your preview's on. And what you want to avoid are these, they're called halos, around the edges of things. So I'm going to go down here and just see how this goes. I might change it later. Say OK, and then it will put that smart filter on, and you can see down here this option allows you to adjust it after the fact. Alright, so now on top of this I'm going to see that I have colors, right? And I don't like these colors, so I'm going to go to hue saturation. I'm going to bring my saturation all the way down, and that is all we need to do there. Okay, now the next thing is a key command that we did in InDesign. It's the same thing, only in Photoshop it's different. So it's Command Alt Shift E, and it's going to merge all of your layers down into this one top layer. So now you can delete these bottom layers here and it won't change your photo at all. So you can see how completely different that is. Now, is that the final product? No. Now what we need to do is set your blending mode to overlay, and you can see that is the grunge effect right there. So look at the rulers and look at the before and the after, and the before and the after. Now you might decide, yeah, this looks good down here with my rulers, but it doesn't look good up here on the left, and I agree with you. Up here it looks very noisy. So put on your mask, and what you can do is make sure that your black is on top, hit your B if you don't always have your B on, that's for brush, and then just go ahead and paint the parts in your picture that you feel like do not need to look grungy, but should really be smooth, because not everything looks good grungy. The grunginess really sits well on things that have a lot of texture, like this back wall and the curtain, and the old rulers. I want to bring out that old grungy effect of the rulers. But this is a window. You don't want to do a grunge effect on a window. Okay, so there's that. Now, my last step is to make everything black and white, and there's different ways that you can do that. I'm going to go right to my black and white and have that sit on top. And the reason that I like it, doing it this way, is that you can change each channel at a time. So if you go down with the red, and the yellow up, it's really however you want it. You can use actually these presets. Go through them and look and see what Photoshop feels like are some good options. But ultimately, I always end up just doing my own. And you can kind of go in there and tweak it. What I'm looking for is contrast. It doesn't look like anything's changing there, but we did have a lot of red. Okay. So that was, and I like the color version too. I really love the colors in here. But there's the black and white in the color. And then if you wanted to merge down again, that's without the grunge, with the grunge, without the color, with the color. And so that is my final product.